Drones facing Pakistan. That is the new reality in Punjab. The Indian Army today announced that a specialized battalion, which will be using drones for surveillance and strikes, has been raised at Jallandhar, the headquarters of the 11th Corps of the Indian Army. These drones are called, I beg your pardon, these battalions are called the Baaz battalions. Baaz, as we know, is the Hindi word for hawk, a bird of prey. These Baaz battalions are a specialized unit which has come up after the Operation Sindoor transformation which the Indian Army has done. Each Baaz battalion will be a specialized battalion operating drones for surveillance and also for long strikes. The Indian Army in the past 1 year has added a number of drones to its arsenal, which includes strike drones, armed drones, and also drones for surveillance. It is also acquiring newer drones which will be part of the arsenal across the country. However, today we are discussing how the first drone battalion called the Baaz has been set up in Jallandhar, which is facing Pakistan. The 11th Corps faced a barrage of Pakistani arsenal drones and other things coming in during Operation Sindoor in May last year. The Indian Army's Baaz battalion will be specialized in not just fighting the drone battle, will also be specialized in collecting all data, collating it, and using it correctly for the Indian Army's ground troops. The drones which we are talking about includes how the Indian Army is procuring the MQ-9B drones from the US. Army already flies the Hermes and the Heron drones from Israel. Also, a domestic drone called the Ghatak has been built by the DRDO, or the Defense Research and Development Organization. This drone, Ghatak, is armed and is the future of the Indian indigenous UAV industry. Apart from this, the Army has also ordered solar-powered drones, high-altitude drones, which are like a low-altitude, low-orbit satellite. Besides, has also taken drones from Indian companies, which includes IdeaForge, SMPP, and also the new space research, which has made these high-altitude solar-powered drones. These additions to the drone arsenal will be showcased in each Baaz battalion depending on the terrain it is operating. For example, the Baaz battalion in Jallandhar may not have the same arsenal of a battalion tasked to the northeast or to the northern front with China, because that will have more of a surveillance capability. In Jallandhar, the idea or the hint is that most of the drones will include a mix. That means a strike capability, a one-way drone, or an armed drone. Now, these are two different things. An armed drone would mean a drone which can launch a missile, and a one-way drone will be which can go and explode at a target. Besides the surveillance drones. Surveillance will of course be done by high-altitude, long-endurance drones, which will be giving in a live feed to the ground commanders on ground, who will then be deciding what is to be launched. This Baaz battalion will operate under the 11th Corps at Jallandhar. Several such Baaz battalions are coming up. The Indian Army has set up these battalions after Operation Sindoor, but this has to be a fine demarcation. The infantry battalions, each of the infantry battalion has now a drone platoon. That is for a specific tactical purpose. It is separate from the Baaz. The artillery units also have their own little drone units, which operate with the artillery units for tactical and long-range surveillance and also monitoring. The Baaz battalion is an integrated battalion which will be operating only for drones. This will have no other role. So this is just to specify how different Baaz is from the others. We will keep on updating you this program. With me is Tribune photographer Manas Ranjan Bhoi.